Hello and welcome to the video. I hope you enjoy. 3, 2, 1, let's begin.
Okay, so yeah, let's just kick off with the first subject of our chat. Is the Ring of Winter.
This item is very useful in many campaigns. It's one of the artifact items, which is really rare in this. It's really rare because it's only one in usually artifact.
Yeah.
The the Ring of Winter is currently part of two campaigns, actually, pre-written modules.
Okay. Well, can you give us the read of the read it, and then you can go on and talk about it as well.
Okay. What else? I'm not going to read over it. I'm going to read its abilities. The Ring of Winter is a sentient magic item that tries to get control of any creature that wears it. If it succeeds, the ring compels its wearer to cause undue harm to everyone around and everything around it. In an attempt to incur the wearer's wrath and bring the enemy's wearer's doom. So it's basically does not like being wore by anyone. It's a chaotic evil ring of sentient magic item with an intelligence of 14, a wisdom of 14, and a charisma of 17. The ring communicates or transmitting emotions to the creature carrying and or wielding it, and has a hearing and normal vision out of its range of 60 feet. The ring creates destruction and likes causing indiscriminate harm to on others. It cannot be detected by attempts to magically locate it, nor the ring or the wearer can be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through any magical scrying centers. But its abilities are also pretty good if you can gain control of it. Frozen time. As long as you wear the ring, you don't age naturally. The effect is similar to suspended animation, in that your age just doesn't catch up with you once the ring is removed. The ring doesn't protect its wearer from magical supernatural aging effects, such as horrifying visions of a ghost. You gain immunity to cold damage, and the ring has 12 charges which can be used to cast certain spells or certain abilities. You can expend one charge to lower the temperature in a 120-foot sphere centered on a point you can see with 300 feet of you. The temperature in that area drops 20 degrees per minute in a minimum of negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit. This effect is permanent unless the ring uses to end it as action. At which point the temperature in the area returns to normal at an age of 10 degrees per minute. You can also cast some of these spells with a certain amount of charges. Save spell DC 17. Bigby's hand 2 charge, and the hand is immune to ice and immune to cold damage, and deals bludgeoning damage instead of force damage as a cleansed fist. Cold to cold 2 charges. Flesh to ice, flesh to stone, except the target turns to solid ice with a density of durability of stone. Ice storm. Orcus, freezing spear, sleet storm, spike growth, spikes are made of ice, and wall charge. All these have a certain amount of charges which you can use. And you have 12 charges in max.
Yeah.
You can also expend the necessary charges to create either a net object or animated ice creature. The ice object can't have moving parts. It must be fit in a 10-foot cube, so basically you make a statue. It has a densibility of ice and stone. And the beast, which you can make, which is a thing, has to have a challenge rating with 2 or less. The ice creature has the same statistics as the beast. Other properties. It is rumored to have other properties, but it doesn't. But it's up to the DM to decide.
Yeah.
The only downside about it is frost giants hunt it down because they believe they can freeze the entire world with it and become the rulers of the kingdom of the world.
I mean, it makes sense. So the last little bits are yeah. So the Ring of Winter is rumored to possess other so that's what you just said. And then
Yep,
destroy
and
the ring. The ring is nigh on indestructible, resisting even the most intense magic heat. If it is placed on the finger of the most powerful archfey known as the Summer Queen, the ring melts away and is destroyed forever. Wow. Okay. Fair enough. Cool.
the
Literally,
Summer
'cause
Queen is
yeah.
never seen in any campaign, so I don't know how you do that.
Yeah. Very cool, because it's literally the Ring of Winter. But yeah, like you could definitely make campaigns where your big bad has several rings, you know, and make Ring of Winter one of them.
The Ring of Winter is is a part of one campaign and is like one of the main plot point in another campaign.
Yeah.
You can actually encounter this item. Don't not telling you what campaigns and where to not spoil anything, but
Yeah.
someone actually has it. It could either be like a minor plot point or a big plot point.
Yeah, I can see that. Very cool. Cool. Any thoughts? Any more thoughts on that? Or should we move on to the next item on the list?
I will go on the next item on the list if you
Next
want
item on the
to.
list. So, Sword of Cass is the next item.
Yep, I'm gonna find it real quick.
Yep, it's okay. So, Sword of Cass.
Nope, it's not here. Sword of Cast. Found it.
Yep.
When Vecna grew up, he appointed an evil and reckless lieutenant. Well, basically, this is this.
Yeah, it's okay. Read it all if you like.
So basically, he's.
Cass is.
I'll,
Yep. Do you want me to read it instead, or are you okay?
yeah, you can read it this time.
Yeah, we can take it in turns, that's fine. When Vecna grew in power, he appointed an evil and ruthless lieutenant, Cass the Bloody-Handed, to act as his bodyguard and right hand. This despicable villain served as advisor, warlord, and assassin. His successes earned him Vecna's admiration, and as a reward, a sword with a dark and with as dark a pedigree as the man who would wield it. For a long time, Cass faithfully served the Lich, but as Cass's power grew, so did his hubris. His sword urged him to supplant Vecna, so that they could rule the Lich's empire in Vecna's stead. Legend says Vecna's destruction came at Cass's hand, but Vecna also wrought his rebellious lieutenant's doom, leaving only Cass's sword behind. The world was made brighter thereby. The Sword of Cass is a magic sentient longsword that grants a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. Its scores can critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20 and deals an extra 2d10 slashing damage to undead. If the sword isn't bathed in blood within 1 minute of being drawn from its scabbard, its wielder must make a DC 15 charisma saving throw. On a successful save, the wielder takes 3d6 psychic damage. On a failed save, the wielder is dominated by the sword, and if by the dominated monster spell and the sword demands that it is bathed in blood, the spell effects end when the sword's demand is met. Wow.
It
Random properties. The Sword of Cass has the following random properties. 1 minor baneful property. Okay. 1 major baneful property. 1 minor detrimental property. Oh, beneficial and detrimental properties. Wow. It's an interesting artifact for sure. Spear of Cass. While the sword is in your possession, you add a d10 to your initiative at the start of every combat. In addition, when you use an action to attack with the sword, you can transfer some of or all of its attack bonus to your armor class instead. The adjacent bonuses remain in effect until the start of your next turn. Wow. Spells. While the sword is in your on your person, you can use an action to cast one of the following spells. Save 18. Cool Lightning, Divine Word, or Finger of Death. Once you use the sword to cast a spell, you can't cast that spell again until the next dawn. Sentient. The Sword of Cass is a sentient, chaotic, evil weapon with an intelligence of 15 and a wisdom of 13 and a charisma of 16. It has hearing and dark vision out to a range of 120 feet. The weapon communicates telepathically with its wielder and can speak, read, and understand common. Personality. The sword's purpose is to bring ruin to Vecna, killing Vecna's worshippers, destroying the Lich's work, and fouling his machinations all help to fulfill this goal. Sword of Cass also seeks to destroy anyone corrupted by the eye of and hand of Vecna. The sword's obsession with those artifacts eventually become a fixation of its wielder. Destroying the sword. A creature attuned to both the Eye of Vecna and Hand of Vecna can use the wish property to those combined artifacts to unmake the Sword of Cass. The creature must cast the wish spell and make a charisma check contested by the charisma check of the sword. The sword must be within 50 feet of the creature and the spell or the spell fails. If the sword within wins the contest, nothing happens and the wish is wasted. If the sword loses the contest, it is destroyed. Versatile. This weapon can be used with 1 or 2 hands. A damage value is in... What's that?
Yep. Well, this sword is very important to the history of Vecna and one of the most popular campaigns in history in D&D.
Yeah.
It's
damage when... yeah. So you...
It was...
Go on.
What?
Yeah, go on. What are you saying?
It in the original campaign where the sword and cast originally appeared, it could have been used to actually defeat Vecna before his master plan came. It's very unlikely that you can do this, though.
Yeah.
It was the only thing that could kill Vecna permanently in an area, so you had to very well go after it.
Yeah. It's a good... Yes, it's a good way to make your characters go after Vecna anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Who is now a god, so...
Yeah. Put this in the
Vecna
hands of a paladin or something, you
know? Depends on... It kind of wants to be bathed in blood all the time, so...
Yeah. Maybe fallen paladin. Cool. Okay. That sounds cool. Right, next subject. Axe of the Dwarven Lord.
Yep. Axe of the Dwarven Lord, which is a battle axe for dwarves. A young dwarf prince made this axe. He forged he first created fortresses, and with them the dwarven god apparently. With the help of the dwarven god of creation, he crafted 4 tools to make the great axe of the dwarven lord. Or he brought peace with this artifact. And he's known as the first king.
Axe of
the
the
axe is,
Axe of the Dwarvish Lords, yeah? That
Yep.
one. Okay, cool.
Yep. And he was eventually lost in a civil war. The dwarves. And many people who have searched for this axe make their careers out of finding this axe of the Dwarven Lord so they could use it.
Yeah. Okay.
It can also.
Yeah. Are you reading it? Yeah.
Yep, I'm reading it I'm summarizing it so we don't have to go over the backstory.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. Yeah. So yeah, summarize it and then read from the magic weapons and random properties. But
The magic, it functions as many. That's summarized of its backstory. It also has the Axe of Dwarven Lord against +3 to attack, but all attack damages and rolls made with it. It also functions as a bell of Dwarvenkind, a dwarven thrower, and a sword of sharpness.
Oh, that's just awesome, isn't it? You know.
It has the following determined properties: 2 minor beneficial properties, 1 major beneficial property, and 2 minor detrimental properties.
So let's just read what. So Battle of Dwarvenkind.
Yep.
So whilst wearing the belt, you gain the following benefits. Your constitution is increased by 2 up to a maximum of 20. You have an advantage on charisma persuasion checks made to interact with dwarves. In addition, whilst wearing the belt, you have 50% chance each day at dawn to grow a full beard if you're capable of growing one, or a very visibly thicker beard if you already have one. Nice. If you aren't a dwarf, you gain the following additional benefits while wearing the belt. You have advantage saving throws against poison, and basically you turn into a dwarf. Nice. Okay, so that's
You're a dwarf now, Harry.
Yes. Right, so that's the Battle of Dwarvenkind. We've got the Dwarven Thrower. What's that mean? What's that one?
You gain a +3 to bat attacks and damage rolls. Basically the same thing. If a thrown property, normal range of 20 feet, or in a long range, you can hit the attack using this weapon. It deals an extra 1d8 damage. If the target is a giant, it does 2d8 damage. Immediately after attack, the weapon flies back to your hand.
So it's immune, basically.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Both of these have a +3 to hit and damage extra, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Would that mean you have a +6
For the Axe of Dwarvish Lord?
for the Axe of Dwarvish Lord?
So for magic weapon, the Axe of Dwarven magic that gains a +3 attack. The axe also functions as a. I think that's what it's saying there is the fact that it just has a +3, as well as all of the functions of these.
Damn.
So
I want a +9 to hit. And +9 to hit.
otherwise it'd be +9, yeah. But either way, still good. So yeah, you throw it, it can come back. That's also you can use it with 1 and 2 hands as well. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what an axe thrower is. And then last of all, we've got Sword of Sharpness. What's that do?
When you attack an object with a magic sword and hit, maximize your weapon damage against the dice against target. When you attack a creature with this weapon and roll a 20 on attack roll, it takes an extra 14 slashing damage, then roll another d20. If you roll a 20, you lop off one of the target's limbs. So if that affects its loss, determine GM. If the DM has no limb sever, you lop off a portion of the body instead. In addition, you can speak of a forged command word to cause the blade to shed bright light and 10-foot radius, dim light for enemies to take.
freaking
10
glowing
feet.
blade as well. So it's got all 3 of those in this axe. That's awesome. So you can throw it, you can slice people, you can grow a beard. Nice.
The axe
Yeah.
has random determined properties, 2 minor beneficial properties, 1 major beneficial property, and 2 minor detrimental properties. You also get Blessings of Mordin. If you are a dwarf, only if you're a dwarf attuned to this axe, you gain the following benefits. You have immunity to poison damage. You have a range of dark vision increased by 60 feet. You gain proficiency of artisan tools related to blacksmithing, brewing, and stone masonry.
Yeah.
You can cast a conjure elemental spell from it and summon an earth elemental. You can't use this property until next dawn. You can use action to find a piece of dwarven stonework and cast a teleport spell from the axe. If the intended destination is underground, there's no chance of mishap or range somewhere unexpected. You cannot use this property again until 3 days have passed.
Cool.
Oh yeah, cool shit right there.
The curse on the axe. The axe bears a curse affecting any non-dwarf that becomes attuned. Even if the attunement ends, the curse remains. With each passing day, the creature's physical appearance and stature becomes more dwarf-like. After
That's
7
hilarious.
days, the creature looks like a typical dwarf. The creature loses normal racial taste and gains normal racial traits of the dwarf. The physical wrought by axe are considered magic by far, nature, and cannot be spelled. But they can be undone by effects that remove curse, such as a greater restoration or remove curse spell.
That's hilarious.
Only way to destroy the axe is to melt down in the Earth Heart Forge, where it was created. It must remain burning for the forge for 50 years before it fully succumbs into the fire and consumed.
So even then, you have to have it in there for 50 years. Interesting. Right.
I'd love to have this for a dwarf character.
Yeah, and then
I
throw.
love that for any character. Hell,
Yeah, and then
I'm now a dwarf. Deal with it.
Yeah, I mean that's just awesome. Yeah.
You just have to be able to roleplay it.
Yeah. Slowly turn into a dwarf, or even more so, if you already were a dwarf. So
Now you have to be extra racist.
yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I can see the fun you can have with that.
Okay.
Okay, on to
Time for
on to the next one, which is the Book of
Exalted Deeds.
The good boy book. Where's the bad boy book? Come on.
That's next.
You got to talk about the bad boy book before you speak about the good boy book.
No, we're doing the opposite.
No.
But we'll get there.
To define a treatise of all the good in the multiverse. The fabled Book of Good Deeds figures prominently in many religions. Rather than it be personal and specific faith, it's providing guidance on how to defeat evil. It's written by basically everything. Basically all philosophers, if they went together, clapped all their knowledge of what determined what is good and made this book.
Yep. Good boys made book. Now good book. Go around and help good people.
And here's my favorite part. If your evil creature that tries to read the book gets shot by a deadly laser and takes 24d6 radiant damage.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, imagine a fucking shadow finds the book and is like, you know what? I'm gonna read this and just implode.
Yeah.
The damage, resistance, and immunities are ignored. So it doesn't matter. You are taking that damage every time you touch the book.
I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty bad. It'd be pretty bad if everyone, writ it all down and then, yeah.
Then blessed by holy angels.
Yeah.
Benefits of the good Book of Good Deeds last as long as you strive to do good. If you fail to perform one act of kindness or generosity within the span of 10 days, or if you willingly perform an evil act, you lose all benefits created in the book.
Nice.
This is what the Book of All Disease have following random properties: 2 minor beneficial properties and 2 major beneficial properties.
That's awesome. Yeah.
After you spend a amount of time reading and studying the book, your wisdom score increases by 2 to a maximum of 24. You cannot gain this benefit from the book more than once.
So you can even increase your wisdom past the 20. That's awesome.
22.
Right,
And
so it's
kind
20, a maximum of 24 there. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it goes beyond wisdom. Crazy.
Once you read and study this book, any spell slot you cast as a cleric or a paladin spell counts as a spell slot one level higher.
Nice.
Halo!
Mm-hmm.
Once you read the study of the book, you get a protective halo. The halo spreads a 10-foot radius dim light for additional 10 feet. You can dismiss it and manifest a halo as a bonus action. While present, it gives you advantage on charisma persuasion checks to make an attack of good creatures, or charisma intimidation check for evil creatures. In addition, a fiend and undead with a halo within the halo's bright light make attack rolls with you at disadvantage.
I mean, it makes sense, yeah. It's like a headlamp in their face.
If you try to destroy the book, and you can do it if you destroy it and drawing the book in the res and removes all writing and imagery from the front pages and renders the book powerless for 1d100 years. Except that doesn't work. It eventually comes back.
Yeah. Well, there we go. So that's the Book of the Exalted Deeds. And then now we'll read its twin, or its opposite.
The Book of Vile Darkness.
Vile Darkness.
No one knows who made it, but some people think it was made by the Lich god, Vecna.
Vecna can go suck it. Sorry, but I hate Vecna.
Why?
Personal injury during a campaign. It was a very bad campaign. And the person that made it bad was kind of tutored under Vecna. I hate Vecna now. I hate liches in general, really.
Whenever a
he's a good
non-creature
bad guy,
attunes the
Anyway, go ahead, read it.
creature must spend 80 hours reading and studying the digest its contents and reap its benefits. The creature then can freely modify the book's context, as provided that the modifications advance evil and expand its lore already contained within. Nature cannot abide in the book's presence. All plants just die. Whenever
What about evil plants?
Whenever a non-evil creature attunes to the Book of Darkness, it must make a DC 17 Charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the creature's alignment changes to neutral evil. The Book of Vile Darkness reminds you only as long as you try to do work evil in the world. If you fail to perform at least one evil act within the span of 10 days, or if you're willing to perform a good act, the book disappears. If you die while attuned to the book, the entity of great evil claims your soul. You cannot be destroyed by any means.
Yeah. So both these books are no sitting on the fence, guys. Okay, you go evil, you go good. No turning back. You do. We're out of here. We're going to find the evil work guy.
The Book of Vile Darkness has 3 minor beneficial properties, 1 major beneficial property, 3 minor detrimental properties, and 2 major detrimental properties.
Yes.
You can choose what your score increases by to 24. Another ability score you try decreases by 2 to a minimum of 3. After you spend a requested amount of time reading and studying the book, your required physical disfigurement has a hideous sign of your devotion to evil darkness. An evil rune might appear on your face, all this stuff like that, or like horns might sprout on your forehead, your eyes might become glossy black, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might become wicked, wizened, and hideous, losing all facial features. The Mask of Darkness grants you advantage on charisma check when you interact with persuasion, when you interact with evil creatures, and charisma intimidation checks when you make interactions with non-evil creatures. You can command evil once per day. You can use an action to cast dominate monster on an evil creature for for faith spell DC 18. You cannot use this property again until long. Next on Dark Lore. You can make a reference to the Book of Vile Darkness and make an intelligence check. Some aspect of evil, such as lore about demons. When you do so, double your efficiency bonus on that check. Dark speech. When you carry the Book of Vile Darkness and attune to it, you can use your action to recite words from the pages of foul language known as dark speech. Each time you do, you take 1d12 second damage. And any non-living creature within 50 feet of you takes 3d6 psychic damage. Destroying the book. Book of pages, but pages can be torn for it. But any legal lore on this page finds its way back to the book eventually. Usually, if a new author adds the pages to the poem. If a solar tears the book into two, the book is destroyed for 1d100 years. Afterwards, formed in some dark corner of the multiverse. Also, a creature who spends some amount of years can unlock a phrase hidden in the original text. When translated in lesson and spoken aloud, destroys both the book and the speaker in a blinding fashion radiance.
And does the book come back from that?
Yep, after what it comes back to the multiverse in 1d10 times 100 years later. As long as the evil exists in the multiverse.
If all evil in the multiverse is wiped out, then the book turns to dust and is gone forever, destroyed. Nice.
That's
as long as evil exists, it survives. Makes sense.
Well, certain planes can't have it exist, so that's good.
Yeah. Right. So the next thing we want to talk about.
Demonomicon of Iggwili, we have, or Tasha. Basically, it's the most knowledge you can ever get about the Demonomicon and how they work, demons and everything in the multiverse. The demons have attempted to censor the text. And even if the demons have tried to censor it, remove pages, if demon now has its general chapter remains, even revealing demonic secrets. And what the book holds is more than blasphemous. Caves behind lines of script rolls a secret piece of abyss itself. It keeps the book up to date, and no matter how many pages room, it logs to more than a mere reference material. So basically, you can't censor it completely. It will have information of the demon world and the demon's secrets. It's basically the ultimate It's ultimate, terrifying to demons. Which is ironic because of who created this thing.
Of course.
Who created it?
Talasha.
Doesn't ring a bell. Brain don't work.
Talasha, from Talasha's Cauldron and everything.
Tasha.
Yep.
Tasha.
Yep.
I heard
call it
Talasha.
Tasha. And she's dated a demon. So, kind of.
Why would you date a demon? Demons are assholes.
He had complete control of the situation, so I don't know how he had to deal.
Oh, it wasn't dating, it was, I own you.
Not I own you, basically. She did get, they both consented to it. I don't know.
Anyway,
and then as soon as the contract was over, he tried to kill her, so.
Right,
yeah, that's how it goes. Demons be demons.
Exactly.
They had a child, though, so that's something.
Right, so yeah,
So they had a Gambian?
What?
They had a Gambian?
No, it's way weirder. Anyway, I'm going to continue. The book has 2 minor beneficial properties, 1 minor detrimental property, and 1 major detrimental property. The book also has 8 charges, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, one chart, and you can use these spells to use the charges. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, save DC. Magic Circle, Magic Jar, Planar Ally, Planar Binding, Plane Shift, 2 layers Abyss only, and 7 Fiend.
Now the question is that plane shifting? Can you do it even through the other demons stopping you?
Yeah, yep, but you can only go to the Abyss.
Yeah.
And not back.
Yeah.
Abyssal
99
reference.
layers of abyss on the wall, 99 layers of the abyss.
Cool. Hey Tim, how's it going?
Hi.
Yeah, we've just read the Book of Goodness and then the Book of Badness. Now we're reading the Book of Demons. So yes.
Books.
Yes. For the
The
ultimate.
I'm a barbarian.
I'm still questioning if there is like in D&D a book club of high mages that are just reading all these books.
For the ultimate librarian.
Abyssal reference. Whenever you make a reference to a Demonomicon, whenever you make an intelligence check, there's some information about demons, or a wisdom throw check related about the abyss. When you do so, you can add double your proficiency bonus to the check.
Survival.
You can
check.
magically cause pain to fiends while carrying this book. When you make a damage roll for a spell you cast against fiend, you can use the maximum damage possible as
Yeah.
resulting instead of rolling.
Makes sense.
Give this to freaking paladin or cleric.
That's ensnarement. Whenever you carry back, you can cast a magic circle spell naming only fiends and a player binding spell targeting a fiend. When the spell is cast at 9th level.
This is
Whatever-
really good for
regardless of
hunting
spell slot
demons,
within
definitely, for the demon hunters.
Honestly, I'm tempted now to make a NPC that is a high-level paladin.
Yeah.
Who is legitimately just going through the abyss on an adventure to rip and tear. We call him the Doomslayer.
Yes.
Yeah, but additionally, the fiend has disadvantage on saving throws against these spells, and the ensnarement spells.
But yeah, you can definitely do a campaign of hunting demons. That'd be quite fun.
Instead of killing you with guns, he kills you with a book.
Literally throwing a book at him.
Literally.
You can totally flavor guiding bolt as a attack, playing a cleric as a gun, in my opinion.
Or you can flavor it as throwing a book at somebody's head.
Yeah.
Containment.
Yeah.
The first 10 pages of the Demonomicon are blank. As an action while holding the book, you can target a fiend that you can see and that is trapped within a magic circle. The fiend must succeed a DC 20 Charisma saving throw with disadvantage or become trapped in one of the Demonomicon's empty blank pages, which fills in writing detailing the trapped creatures widely known as and depravities. Once used, the action can be used again next time. When you finish long rest, if the Demonomicon are on the same plane of existence, the Trapkeeper and you are on the same place. The Trapkeeper and the highest challenge rating within the book attempt to possess you. You must make a DC 20 Charisma saving throw. On a failure, you're possessed when the creature controls you like a puppet. The possessed creature can release you as an action, appearing in the closest unoccupied space. On a successful save, the fiend can't try to possess you again for 7 days. When the tome is discovered, it has 1d4 fiends occupying the pages. Typically an assortment of demons. To destroy a book.
Yeah, interesting. So you've got a mini containment unit in your book for demons.
Yeah. Get rid of that because I don't think Tasha would make that mistake of putting containing demons without a backup plan.
Wow, you want a way to
Probably
get them
not.
out.
Tasha's pretty smart.
Yeah.
I also think Tasha's Hideous Laughter is a nasty, nasty spell.
Yeah, he makes a lot of nasty spells. To destroy the book, the 6 different demon lords must tear out a 6th of the book pages. If this occurs, the pages return nearly here after 24 hours. Before all this powers pass, anyone who opens the book reading binding is transported to a non-sentient layer in the book, layer of the abyss, hidden in the book. At the heart of it is the deadly semi-sentient dormant lies long lost artifact, Fizban's staff, Fraz-Urb-luu's staff. The staff is dragged from the pocket plane. Tomb is reduced to a mundane and quite old out-of-date copy of Tomb of Zarks, and works to serve foundation that serves as the foundation of the Demonomicon. Once the staff emerged, the Demon Lord Fraz-Urb-luu instantly knows, which was Tasha's dating life.
So basically, I make a character named the Doomslayer. He's a jolly fella, and he's wielding the Book of Exalted Deeds and this Demonomicon, and just beating the shit out of demons with just books.
So let's quickly read who this guy is. Yes.
Yep. He's not a stat block in 5e.
Well, he is. He's a demon.
Yeah.
Large fiend demon.
No, he is. I didn't know that. I thought he wasn't.
Well, let's read what this guy is.
Wasn't he the Demon Lord of Lust, I think?
Yeah, he's a...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. He's
Oh,
definitely,
no,
definitely a raid boss.
He's the other one. He was the Prince of Deception and Demon Lord of Illusion. Now, which Demon Lord was it again? That was...
Yeah, illusions, yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought it was here. I thought it was Grest.
Of liars, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that's that guy. Okay, on to...
That was the Dark Prince and so on.
Yeah.
The next item is...
Next item will be
Orb of Dragonkind.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, what?
Orb of
Dragonkind?
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually don't know this one. Something I have no knowledge on.
You can read it to Dan now, this one.
Yep, I can read this one. Let's let chat know what we're talking about. Right, Orb of Dragonkind. Wondrous item, artifact, required attunement. 3 LB. Ages passed on the world of Quran. Elves and humans waged a terrible war against evil dragons. When the world seemed doomed, the wizards of the Towers of High Sorcery came together and worked their great magic, forging 5 orbs of Dragonkind, or dragon orbs, to help them defeat the dragons. 1 orb was taken for each of the 5 towers. Yeah, taken to each of the 5 towers. And there they were used to speed the war towards a victorious end. The wizards used the orbs to lure dragons to them, then destroy the dragons with powerful magic. As the Towers of High Sorcery fell in later ages, the orbs were destroyed or faded into legend, and only 3 are thought to survive. The magic has been warped and twisted over the centuries, so although their primary purpose of calling dragons still functions, they also allow some measure of control over dragons. Each orb contains the essence of an evil dragon. A presence that resists any attempt to coax magic from it. Those lacking in force of personality might find themselves enslaved to an orb. Yes. An orb is an exalted, etched crystal globe about 10 inches in diameter. When used, it grows to about 20 inches in diameter and mist swirls inside it. While attuned to an orb, you can use an action to peer into the orb's depth and speak its command word. You must then make a DC 15 charisma check. On a successful check, you control the orb for as long as you remain attuned to it. On a failed check, you become charmed by the orb for as long as you remain attuned to it. While you are charmed by the orb, you can't voluntarily end your attunement to it, and the orb casts suggestion on you at will, save DC 18, urging you to work towards the evil ends it desires. The dragon essence within the orb might want many things: the annihilation of particular people, freedom from the orb, to spread suffering in the world, to advance the worship of Tiamat, or something else the DM decides. Random properties. A Orb of Dragonkind has the following random properties: 2 minor baneful properties and 1 minor detrimental property, 1 major minor and major detrimental properties. Spells. The orb has 7 charges and regains 1d4 plus 3 expended charges daily at dawn. If you control the orb, you can use the action to expend 1 or more charges to cast one of the following spells. Save DC of 18. From it, Cure Wounds, 5th level version, 3 charges. Daylight, 1 charge. Death Ward, 2 charges. Or Scrying, 3 charges. You can also use an action to cast the Detect Magic spell from the orb without using any charges. Call Dragons. While you control the orb, you can use an action to cause the artifact to issue a telekinetic call that extends in all directions for 40 miles. Evil dragons in range feel compelled to come to the orb as soon as possible by the most direct route. Dragon deities such as Tiamat are unaffected by this call. Dragons drawn to the orb might be hostile towards you for compelling them against their will. Once you have used this property, it can't be used again for an hour. Destroying an orb. An orb of Dragonkind appears fragile, but is impervious to most damage, including attacks and breath weapons of dragons. A disintegrate spell or good hit from a +3 magical weapon is sufficient to destroy an orb, however. There we go. Woo! Orb of Dragonkind. There you go. That'd be interesting to use.
Well, the charm effect is fairly resistible, pretty easily, actually. The paladin can do it fairly easily, especially the paladin subclass that is just immunity to charms.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, devotion.
I am, in fact, devoted to one thing or another.
It certainly.
So I am immune to your orb of bullshittery.
Yes. It's interesting. It certainly adds a few more spells to your list of spells that you can use per day. It'd be interesting to use as a tool.
I would use it as like a different thing. I modify it a little. For what I want it to be.
It certainly definitely sounds like something that a wizard would have in his bag of stuff that he has, rather than his main weapon type deal.
Yeah.
Definitely an object to make a point to go to in your campaign to then gather objects to fight a dragon, maybe, So get the orb and then get some like arrows of dragon slaying, that sort of deal,
Yeah.
Because obviously drawing the dragon is cool, but if it draws it to you and you can't defeat him, you're kind of digging your own grave there a little bit. But yeah. So it's
Honestly, that is honestly a really good way to get rewards. Steal gold. I'm rich now simply because this item has given me so many free dragons.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Not only is the dragon's hoard worth a shit ton, but the dragon itself is worth a just the corpse.
Yeah, you can certainly make a campaign of literal dragon hunting. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah, that's your high level characters. Do what you want. You exist in a way that most cannot.
Yeah.
So have fun with it. It's just a campaign that is probably going to be a short one, but you're all high level characters.
Right. Yeah, you're all level 20. Yeah. Go hunt dragons. Yeah. Be quite fun.
No, I'm talking high level. I'm talking about god tier, like level 40.
Mm-mm.
But level 20 is pretty much already near god.
Yeah, but still, nonetheless, the level 20, I get something of decent stature to kill him. I'm talking your gods.
What I'm talking about is the ability to hunt two adult dragons at most, probably. But when you are playing 6 players, imagine 6 players hunting dragons.
Yeah. Literal dragon.
They're all level 20 and equipped with various magic items.
Exactly. So yeah, I could see I can see the Orb of Dragonkind being in amongst items used to fight dragons. That'd be quite cool. Okay, on to the next items on the list, which will be Wand of Orcus.
Give me a second while I pull it up.
Yep. Well on.
Wand of Orcus is basically the Wand of Orcus rarely leaves the demon lord Orcus.
Yes. Well, do you want to read it? Or
the ghastly Wand of Orcus rarely leaves Orcus' side. Devised as evil as creator, she's a demon lord's aim to snuff off all life of living things and bind it to the material plane in stasis of undeath. Orcus allows the wand to slip from his grasp time to time. When it does, it magically appears wherever the master senses an opportunity to achieve some fell goal. Made from bones as hard as iron, the wand is toppled with a magical enlarged skull that once belonged to a human hero slain by Orcus. The wand can magically change its side to better comfort the grip of the user. Planes wither, drinks spoil, flesh rots, and venom thins. Vermin thrive in the wand's presence. Any creature besides Orcus that tries to attune the wand must make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. On a successful save, the creature takes 10d6 necrotic damage. On a failed save, the creature rises and dies and rises zombie. And its hands of someone who attuned to it, the wand wielded as a magic mace that grants a +3 attack and damage roll made to fit. The wand deals 2d12 extra necrotic damage per hit. The wand of Orcus has these following properties: 2 minor beneficial properties, 1 major beneficial property, 2 minor detrimental properties, and 1 major detrimental property. The detrimental properties of the Wand of Orcus are suppressed, while the wand is attunement to Orcus himself. You gain +3 to armor class while holding this wand. The wand casts 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 or more charges to cast one of the following spells. Save DC 18 from it. Animate Dead, 1 charge. Blight, 2 charges. Circle of Death, 3 charges. Finger of Death, 3 charges. Power Word Kill, 4 charges. Speak of Dead, 1 charge. The wand gains 1d4 plus 3 charges and done. While attuned to the wand, Orcus or a follower blessed by him can cast the wand spells using 2 fewer charges, minimum of 0. While call undead. While holding the wand, you can You can use an action to conjure skeleton zombies, calling forth as many of them as you can divide. 500 hit points among. Each undead has average hit points. The undead magically rise up from the ground, otherwise unactive space within 300 feet of you, and obey your command until they are destroyed or until dawn or the next day, when they collapse to inanimate piles of bones around the corpses. Once you use this property on, you cannot use it until the next time. While tunes to this item, Orcus assign any kind of undead, not just skeletons and zombies. The undead don't perish or disappear at the dawn of the following day, reigning until Orcus dismisses them. Sentience. The wand of Orcus is sentient, chaotic evil item with intelligence of 16, a wisdom of 12, and a charisma of 16. It has hearing, dark vision out of range of energy. The wand communicates telepathically with reader and can speak, read, and understand abyssal and common. The wand purpose is to help satisfy Orcus' desire to slay everything in the multiverse. The wand is cold, cruel, nihilistic, and benefits and brand of humor. In order to fulfill the master's goal, the wand feigns devotion to its current user and makes its grandiose purpose that it has no intention of filling, such as vowing to help its user overthrow Orcus. Destroying the wand Orcus requires it to be taken to a positive energy plane by an ancient hero whose skull surmounted. For this item, the long lost hero must be certified. No easy task, given the fact that Orcus is a prison of the hero's soul and keeps it heading in well guard. Bathing the wand in a positive energy causes a crack in its web, but unless these conditions are met, the wand instantly forms the Orcus layer of the abyss. That's basically if you want Orcus as your main villain, you can use this item as that's everything.
I love the fact that you can theoretically spawn 250 crawling hands with it.
Yeah.
Which is not efficient. But I'm not saying I need efficient, I need funny.
Yes, I smother you in hands.
I'm finding it's like if you have any enemy as Orcus in the campaign, you can just use this to your biggest ability.
Honestly, give it to a player and watch what they do with it. It's funny.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay, now I'm looking up.
One of Orcus
It is not ruled what CR the undead has to be, right?
No, it says
not
summon zombies.
You can summon.
Oh, it says that it is zombies or skeletons, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you can summon, but Orcus can summon Nightwalkers.
Yeah, he can summon anything.
Yeah, I know that he can summon Nightwalkers. I didn't hear what it actually said again. It would be fun though to summon Demi-Liches with it.
Yes, they all scream in unison.
Yep.
Death Knights!
They all blow you the hell away in unison.
If you want to fight Orcus, you need to get rid of that wand.
Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna beat him. Because you're not gonna take down 2 Nightwalkers and a Demi-Lich, and then Orcus.
Yeah, be a very interesting campaign. That's for sure.
The fact that he could summon Death Tyrants with it is just hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah. You know,
Oh
the
guys,
cleric.
you thought that was all? Here's 2 Death Tyrants for you!
Yeah.
Okay. I've put in a Demi-Lich for good measure.
Well, do you guys ever want to try an Orcus campaign where Orcus is constantly screwing around with the world?
You know what? I would, and I'd like to be on Orcus' side because Orcus is like one of my favorite demons, really.
Ah, that'd be cool.
Let's do a group of undead, shall we?
I would like a players versus Orcus, like not players versus Orcus.
No. You are misunderstanding that. We are going to freak this campaign up with an all necromancer party, better known as necromancer, oathbreaker, paladin, maybe. So so like a death knight, pretty much. What else a Warlock of Orcus, and what else can we put in there?
Just screw up the whole campaign.
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
Or you are doing you're not the real undeath of Lord of Undeath. We are, and you're making I know which one the last one is. The last character is the Necro Dancer.
Yes, the Necro Dancer.
It's a bard that has necromancy spells.
We show up with a full crew of zombies, and then start T-posing and dancing on Orcus. We're not even fighting him at this point. We're just challenging him to a dance battle.
Nice.
Yeah, I see that. And how I see this entire group is just imagine like a heavy metal group.
Yes.
That's
The
how
Paladin's
this party
the drummer.
looks.
Paladin's the drummer. Cleric's like some bass player. Bard is main singer and guitarist.
And the second voice is the Lich.
Yes. And the demi-ditch is the Death Screamer.
They made a deal with
You can
Vecna.
definitely have Death
They are
Bard in
about
there,
to take
can't
down
you?
Orcus.
The Death Bard in that as well.
Yeah, the funny thing about that would be that you are just having this party of like 4 to 6 people who are just who made a deal with Vecna.
Oh, also, you could have
that
the
they
Grave
should
Cleric.
take down Orcus because he's right now spawning too many undead that are not his.
Yeah, and then you can have like Grave Cleric as well in there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and you're having this entire evil camp group that are the good guys because they are fighting the evil guy.
Yeah, they're fighting Orcus because they're fighting over who's raising what dead, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm raising this zombie. No, I am! No, it's mine!
Orcus, we are
Please,
Vecna's
please,
champions.
Children.
Fight us!
No, you're fighting...
And you are having these townspeople standing there in front of both of them. What the fuck is going on? So, do I get this right?
You'll be fighting
You
both...
are the Lord of Undeath. And they say that their Lord of Undeath is the real Lord of Undeath, and you are not the Lord of Undeath. Do I get this right?
Will the real Lord of Death please stand
Yes.
up? Yes. But
And
you'll
this
be
entire
fighting...
group
the
is
thing
like,
is, you'll be...
at this point, is like,
Yeah.
they are seen as the quote-unquote good guys, but they are literally just one of hell of a worse party. But they are legitimately fighting the worst guy.
Well, you're probably fighting both Orcas and, you know, Vecna, because they all of them...
No, I would like you to have like this party of Vecna, those champions of Vecna, and their task is to take down Orcus.
No, but then you'll be...
And that's the entire campaign. And you get around that being like, you have to play clerics and paladins. No. And yes.
No, we are playing clerics and paladins, just not the right kind.
Yeah.
Dan wanted to say something, Chris. Tim. Sorry, Tim.
It's okay. I was just saying that, yeah, but then you'll be fighting on behalf of Vecna, and then you get to a point and you're like, hang on, we're Lords of Death, we'll fight Vecna too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can entirely see this campaign being that way. Like, this entire group just... That exactly looks like a heavy metal group. And they have like a band name.
What the band
I
name?
want to have a oh god, what are good band names for this group? Sweet Death?
How
Death,
death?
yes.
Death is not the end. Yeah.
That one is good.
Yes.
Reduce, reuse, reanimate. Death metal eco-friendly band.
Death reused.
Death reused. Also a good one. Death and Roses.
You have to use Death and Roses. The one you have to use.
I'm just gonna wait for this to go because this is
So-
hilarious.
To be fair,
Yeah, I
Death
want this
Reused.
campaign.
Death Reused is probably
Yeah.
their first album, right?
I wish to play the Oathbreaker Paladin, please.
I'm
You're
so
gonna throw
up
it
for the
back?
cleric. I'm still debating with myself if it would probably be the grave cleric.
Yeah,
Just
well,
to
yeah,
have
it
like
makes sense, doesn't it?
there's mummy and then just say, oh yeah, the mummy's right after me. So you guys get vulnerability. And then just have this mummy smack into it.
You just definitely have to have wizards in there as well. You know the
We need a lich. We need a lich for later on. A lich, a person who is playing the necromancer is later on playing the lich.
Yep.
Yeah, the Oathbreaker and the Necromancer work really well together.
Yeah.
And the Lich is pyrotechnics.
Yes, I see that. If he doesn't put out all his spells, just summon undead.
And his final
I
spell
hear
is
the
usually
background
Storm.
answers.
Well, we definitely have to have a Durgar then, wouldn't we?
Probably, yes.
A dwarven priest of the undead, you know, something like that.
Uh,
Giving the axe of dwarven lords, isn't it? But,
I
yes.
entirely see this campaign just being like, so, you are the bad guys, right? Yes. But we fight the
Yes.
bad guys. So you are the good guys? No, we are the bad guys.
We are the anti-heroes. What do you mean? We want to kill the heroes, and so we can raise them. Oh, okay.
And I see so many encounters with like
That would
cleric
be a
parties.
great plot point. It's like the heroes are trying to stop you from making more undead. You fucking murder them and make them background dancers.
They're just our groupies. It's fine. Right.
And they become groovy.
Yes. Brilliant. Cool. Right, on to the next item
I
on
like
the
this
list is
campaign, I do.
Wyrmskull Throne.
Oh.
built by dwarven gods for Shanti, an ancient dwarven empire. I'm not gonna say anything more. Because it's spoilers. It's a symbol of dwarven power and ages, and it has very many powers. It was built by dwarven gods, given to a dwarven king for dwarven purposes, made out of dragon skulls.
Man, that's rude. Why you gotta go like murder dragons? Come on, man. I just living the best life.
It's basically a dwarven throne, which you can sit on and move on. The throne has nine charges.
Wyrmskull Throne. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Yeah. Any creature sitting on their throne hear faint whispers. Like these weapons are horrible.
You're glitching out there a bit.
Yeah, I was like, anybody else hearing him glitch?
Yeah, I didn't actually hear what you
Yeah.
said. I heard that robot voice.
Okay, give me.
Hello, Megatron.
Is it better?
Not really. Continue to talk.
Okay. Am I better?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are now. Yeah.
Any creatures on the throne hear faint whispers interconic from 4 blue dragon spirits trying to influence your decision, but they're powerless.
They are
Charge-
powerless.
Because their souls are trapped in the throne and they're useless without, and their souls are forever trapped. The throne has 9 charges. It can regains all expended charges at turn. Any creature that sits on the throne while attuned to a other item, this is the only way you can use it. Can harness.
Oh,
The
that's
throne.
awesome. That's awesome. Can I read it all properly? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Wyrmskull Throne, built by dwarven gods and entrusted to the rulers of Shatar, an ancient dwarven empire. The Wyrmskull Throne was a symbol of dwarven power and pride for ages untold. The throne hovers a foot off the ground and is a massive thing made of polished obsidian. with oversized feet. Oversized feet that impaled skulls of 4 ancient blue dragons, runes glistening in the carved obsidian, winking to life with blue energy when the throne powers are activated. So basically, it's like a hovering throne, which is awesome. That's awesome. After the fall of Shastar, the Wyrmskull Throne fell into the clutches of less honourable creatures. A band of adventurers wrestled the throne from the antiquated elf tyrant Gotkar Nokkar and sold it to the storm giant, and for a considerable fortune, Nori had the throne magically enlarged and gave it to her husband, King somebody, as a gift.
That's spoilers. Spoilers now we're getting into.
Okay, but anyway, it's a hovering throne. Do you want to read the properties of it?
Yes, I'll read the properties.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get into spoilers from a campaign because this is actually a
go for
one.
Go for it.
The throne has 9 charges and expends all charges at dawn. While a creature sits on the throne while attuned to a ruling scepter, which is required to use it to harness the throne's properties, which are the following. The throne has a flying speed of 30 feet and can hover and flies where the creature wills. The property doesn't expend any charges. Both the throne and the creature sitting through earth and can move through earth and stone without disturbing any material they pass through. This expends no charges. As an action, you can expend 1 charge to cast Lightning Bolt, saves spell DC 19 from the throne. The spell is cast using a 9th level spell slot and does 49 14d6 lightning damage. The bolt discharges from one of the mouths of the blue dragon skulls. As an action, you can expend 2 charges to cast a Globe of Invulnerability from the throne, and a globe encloses both the creature and the throne. As an action, your creature can expend 3 charges to spectral image of an ancient blue dragon that surrounds both it and the throne. The spectral dragon lasts for 1 minute. At the end of each turn, the spectral dragon makes 1 bite attack and 2 claws attacks against the creature's choice. Those attacks have the same attack bonus, rage, and damage to ancient blue dragon as claw attacks.
Guys, I think I have get up.
What?
All right, mate. Take it easy.
Yep. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Destroying the throne. Wyvern throne can be destroyed by making at least 5 ruling scepters sentenced simultaneously on it. This fact is never been recorded and sung among the dwarves or any bards telling them, and it cannot be discovered with an ability check. Users who want to destroy the throne must go on a quest to learn the method of doing so. The throne destruction triggers an explosion as charges of obsidian flies in all directions. A creature and object with 35 resists must take a DC 21 dexterity saving throw or take 70 20d6 slashing damage on a failed save or half the damage on a successful one.
Yep. Why would you ever want to destroy it anyway? But yeah. There we go. Skull Throne. Basically, it's an awesome little hovering vehicle for you. Yeah.
And then you can summon an ancient blue dragon to fight by you on your side while you just watch it virtually beat up someone.
Yep.
What do you think, Presley?
I think it's freaking awesome. I would love to sit on that throne for hours on end.
The only problem is it's limited charges, so basically you have to eventually use your own spell slots and abilities against at that.
Yeah, but then
Well,
by that point you. Yes.
At that point, I'm pretty sure I should win.
Cool.
Unless you're fighting the uber challenging players.
Oh yeah, Dedero. After this, I need to ask you about some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
No problem. We've got a few more things on the list. We could always save them for the next chat because it's already been an hour.
If you
15.
want.
Yeah, we can save these for next time then.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's okay.
Cool.
I'll cross out the ones we've done.
Yeah, they're all good. So we got to there basically. So I'll just copy these into a separate message. Boop, boop, and boop. Right, these are the ones we've got to.
Yep.
And then cool.
I'll probably I want to go over charms. I wanted to go over charms next, but
Yep, no worries.
not not end in blessings. So after these items, I'll be going over those.
All right. So Dandero, here's my question.
No, wait, no, we're not done streaming.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just sorting this out. We're almost there. Cool. All right, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. I'll just would end the stream there. Thank you, and see you next time.
Thank you for watching. And please comment, like, and subscribe. I enjoy reading through the comments. Until we see you next time. 3, 2, 1, and we're out.